So basically how it all started was I think Chaos EC at the time kind of just disbanded. I think One Leaf had just joined C9 a couple months or something like that since Valorant was out. Maybe even close to a year, I have no idea. But obviously my heart at the time was like, I still wanted to play CS. So then eventually like last second before, any team wanted to sign us, C9 had reached out to, C9 CSGO had to reach out. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to move to Europe to play CS. And I was like it was kind of crazy because it was like a big jump in my career for sure. And I know like the peak of CS was like in Europe. I'm really excited for this opportunity and prove people wrong. As many people know, Chaos, when they disbanded us, we were all ready to move to Valorant, and kind of got this late DM from C9, and it came during like late January or early January, and I was excited for this opportunity to come and prove that I'm able to compete in EU with the rest of the others. And at the time, I think it was me, Floppy, Alex as a tag, and Mezzy. Honestly, not knowing the other three at the time, and I knew Floppy and heard Floppy's already there in Europe. I'm like, damn, I need to come save this guy. Because me and Ricky, like, we were friends at the time, and still friends, obviously, but I'm like, let me go save this guy. And then I got the offer to join and play CSGO for C9, and I was there in Serbia, moved to Serbia for a couple months. Wasn't the happiest time because it was peak COVID. I know a lot of my other teammates were locked down in their country at the time, and it was just me and Ricky, me and Floppy, and he would just come to my apartment or my room, and we would just hang out. But obviously, it wasn't the best time, and I feel like not knowing how long COVID was gonna last for, and things like that, I'm like, I don't know if I can stick it out through Europe. And then once things fell through. Leaf was already on the C9 Valorant team, and apparently, he was like asking like, oh, like if I can just switch. So once I got the offer to play Valorant, I'm like, it's a new game, it's made by Riot, and it's like FBI. Like I'm like watching like all these people like do well in Valorant. I'm like, that just could have been me. That's basically how it all started with me playing Valorant for C9. I would say definitely first year franchise was the most heartbreaking. I mean, I feel like the recent year, I feel like, okay, this last split was like the first split, like I didn't even make playoffs, so like that just sucks. But I feel like every other year, at some point, I was one, maybe 2 games max of like qualifying to an event or even champs, which sucks in the long run. But favorite moments, I mean, I'd probably have to throw it out to actually qualifying to an event, and it was champs at the time. It was me, Sunny, Mitch, Leaf, and Nat. And I mean, yeah, best moment for sure because it's the only event I've qualified to. But most heartbreaking was definitely that first year franchising with me, Jakey, Rooney, Leaf, and Delsis. I mean, yeah, we started off like 8-1, 9-1 regular season. You go through playoffs. I don't remember what we did to win or lose, but I do remember playing Energy, being the last to qualify. And I think at the time, if we had win that game, you automatically qualify to Masters and Champs. And obviously that map went map 3, OT Haven or something like that. But yeah, we had win that game, we had qualify, narratives change, things like that. And that definitely was the most heartbreaking loss I've had in my career for sure. I remember going back home, I'm like, damn, like I actually was just staring at the ceiling. And then just had like one single eye drop just coming down, like I just can't believe I lost this shit. Very heartbreaking. I mean, I've had a lot of like good teammates in a sense where honestly, I will say this. I think I enjoyed playing with all my teammates, which is like a blessing. But I will say this, the one person I do give my flowers to is Vanity, because he really jump-started my whole career. And he was the reason why I got picked up on Chaos and in the first place. And it all started with like a local LAN, Philadelphia, and I was able to play with him and a couple other people. And I give my flowers to him because he definitely jump-started my whole career. But teammate-wise, yeah, I think I enjoyed playing with a lot of people. And I have they were really, like each iteration, I enjoyed playing with each and every like players I played with. So it's really hard to say my #1 favorite teammate. But I'll throw Jordan Francis up there too for sure, for favorite teammates. Yes, I do think the narrative is wrong under my name, but you know, that's just how it. I think that's just how it goes when it's competing. I feel like, especially in the public eyes, like people really love you, people really hate you, and I feel like there is really no in between. And I feel like if you play the game, a game long enough, and especially under the same brand, and obviously like me not qualifying, winning everything is a big part and a big deal, you know. But obviously to me, it's like it is a team game, and at the end of the day, it's never one person's fault in like why we win or why we lose, you know. So I mean, in a sense, I do. I give myself the benefit of the doubt of, you know, saying that my PR is like, you know, it's not correct, but I mean, I can't argue with people's opinions, you know. And at the end of the day, it's like it's the people who've played with me, and even the pro players I play against. Like I feel like we all know each other's values, and obviously people who have never competed or played anything in their lives, sports or anything, I feel like you can really tell, and through what people say. It's not a retirement or anything like that. So at the end of the day, you know, I still have a journey to fulfill and a story to write, and I'll be seeing everyone, and hopefully everyone can cheer me on, and you know, I'll be out there soon again.
The fastest player out of game is probably me. The slowest player in game is probably me.
It is going to be the Reds instead, but he's going to go swinging off it. What is that from Xeppaa?
No. Shout out to the GOAT Tom Brady.
I'm never watching that clip ever in my life. Not watching that shit.